If I meet a beautiful 30-year-old woman, I'm not saying I won't sleep with her.
That's pretty old.
Ugh, 30.
I know.
What are you, crazy?
I there's been times I was drunk, but no, I'm not saying I won't sleep with her, but I'm certainly going to look at her and go, 30, and now you're just newly single. Like, how have your life not in order yet?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Like, and it really is true because everyone denies this. I'm telling you, if a woman sleeps with a bunch of men, her ability to pair bond, that's a real thing. Women who slept with a bunch of men, they don't find a man and attach to him correctly. They're always thinking maybe there's another guy.
Much like a diminishing drug losing its effectiveness, the concept of female freedom seems to have a built-in expiration date. It wanes as they transition past their prime. Observing the dynamics among men and women in our surroundings, a noticeable trend emerges. An increasing number of men are seeking long-term, committed relationships, while more women are inclined towards swift transitions from one man to another to sustain their hypergamous inclinations. One must acknowledge that, on average, a woman's adeptness as a surgeon lies in her skill to perform surgery on your income or carry out the extraction of your wallet and resources, all while you're under the influence of the drug called testosterone. It's intriguing how modern women gravitate towards those with successful careers and ample financial resources. While there might be a chance if legal dynamics were to change, the current scenario does not offer much optimism. There exists a natural law governing the positions of men and women in society, an unyielding rule that has withstood various challenges. The truth about men and women, their purpose, and how they spend their lives can only align with what nature intends, irrespective of societal evolution.
In society, women have an expiration date. Once you reach a certain age, you're not valued that much anymore. As women get older, in society, we're not seen as beautiful. Why is it it's always younger girls that are seen as beautiful, and that's really unstoppable. Aging is unstoppable. People are gonna age,
So men have, for evolutionary reasons, they're more attracted to younger women, for example, because younger women are more fertile.
The reality is that women aged 30 and above are encountering the proverbial wall and grappling with the prospect of a diminishing pool of men willing to be with them.
I'm just not that into older women.
For contemporary women, figures often seem inconsequential. Internet discussions about older men preferring younger partners or the fear of loneliness might appear perplexing to them. Despite rhetoric about equality, women continue to demand the complete package from men, desiring a tall, handsome, wealthy, and attractive partner, while sometimes neglecting their inner beauty, personality, and character. In the grand scheme, feminism seems to have ensnared women in its extremes, revealing the fragmented desires of women while paradoxically freeing men to understand the complexities of how women truly wish to live their lives. Why are women disproportionately concentrated in undervalued occupations, well acquainted with the harsh realities of the job market, and most significantly, averse to the idea of aging? Despite the stark truth in this statement, many women find it challenging to acknowledge it due to their social conditioning. Educational institutions, media, and the entertainment industry actively advocate for women to delay marriage and family building, promoting alternative pursuits such as education, careers, or even multiple partners simultaneously. The surge in the number of lonely, unpartnered women in the West raises two critical observations. First, during their most fertile and energetic years in their 20s, women are not embracing marriage, dating, or settling down with partners. Instead, they prioritize corporate ambitions, catering to CEOs and executives, immersing themselves in the competitive rat race, and advancing their careers. Second, it signals a reluctance among men to approach women, given their perceived unapproachability and disinterest in starting families. The extreme feminine ideology, advocating for women to prioritize careers over motherhood and spurn a life of luxury, free from the rat race while focusing on providing for and nurturing their children, is at the root of these issues.
It's a tradition.
For those who care about statistics, even if they don't, older women generally express dissatisfaction with their lives. The least content demographic is single, career-focused women around 42 years old, earning approximately $100,000 a year. Interestingly, Data from a women's publication contrasts this with the highest happiness levels reported by a married man aged 39, with 1 child, a part-time working wife, and a household income ranging between $150,000 and $250,000. This discrepancy sheds light on the validation by a women's magazine of what we already know about the challenges faced by unpartnered women, even if it doesn't account for single men achieving financial success. The struggle for women's liberation, particularly in personal and financial spheres, contributes to the unprecedented unhappiness among modern women. While they champion their freedom to express opinions on the intimacy revolution, prostitution, and the eradication of stigmas, certain lifestyles, like those of MGTOW, exclude such women. Leftover women, for the most part, lead financially irresponsible lives. They overspend, live paycheck to paycheck, and carry so much emotional baggage that forming lasting connections as a couple becomes a permanent challenge. As they reach their mid-30s and early 40s, struggling to find a genuine life partner, some turn to antidepressants and other legal substances like alcohol and cigarettes.
Let's say you don't get married. Let's just say, and you're 40 years old and you've got an amazing career, but you never got married. Would that be disappointing to you?
I would be disappointed. For me, marriage is not that important anymore. I want to have a partner and I want to be with somebody. I would like to get married and get engaged and, you know, build this life with someone.
Okay.
But that's not something that's my like sole purpose in life. So I would definitely want to be a mother, and I would be disappointed if I'm not a mother by 40.
That would absolutely be a disappointment. That's not how I want my life going down at all. And, you know, there's something to be said about if you don't have babies, your DNA doesn't go on.
YouTube blown up, 1 million subscribers, you killed it, but no husband, no kids, would that be satisfying?
Like, to me, if you have nothing to pass on, and like, who cares if you're rich if you're alone?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I agree with that.
You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have like a family to go home to, that's sad.
This doesn't mean men don't pay attention to them. Some men will pursue any woman regardless of her situation. Ironically, the more marriages and children a woman has, the more masculine she becomes. In essence, ideology triumphs over biology in the mindset of these remaining women. They often ridicule and demonize men, treating them with disdain. Consider a few more facts if they still need convincing. Women with over 10 intimate partners show little desire to marry a man. Pair bonding becomes nearly impossible, and studies suggest that she likely carries DNA from multiple men. Would anyone want another man's DNA in their child? A person is significantly influenced by their family environment, and if social conditioning combined with the absence of a positive mother figure or the presence of a promiscuous, toxic mother, the woman is likely to be more damaged than someone raised in a healthier home. In an ideal world, encountering conventional women would feel like stepping back in time to the golden days, but sadly, they are not very common. Despite not embodying traditional qualities, leftover women and modern women in general desire to be treated like traditional ladies. They seem oblivious to the adage, "You can't have your cake and eat it too." Single and older women are not considered ideal for relationships. Even honorable women acknowledge this harsh reality and openly admit to prioritizing correctness and dominance over happiness. The remaining women delay having children, imposing their ideals while preaching tolerance and freedom, feeling oppressed simply for being female. They seldom acknowledge that being a woman holds more advantages than being a man. Why? Well, a beautiful woman is far more formidable than a handsome man. A woman enjoys the support of multiple individuals in society, whereas men don't. Naturally, women are a source of comfort, pleasure, and warmth, qualities men lack. Women's persuasiveness makes manipulation easy, allowing them to have things their way. Modern women strive to attain the power they believed would bring them happiness by climbing the corporate ladder until their 40s. However, they realized a bit too late that they had a natural inclination to nurture families, settle down, cultivate loving relationships with men, and excel as mothers and caregivers. Despite being inundated with feminist doctrines, they find it challenging to admit that embracing the conventional route and living in harmony with their feminine nature might have been a wiser choice. Perhaps in the coming generations, women will embrace traditional gender roles and discover the contentment it brings. We are left waiting to see. Women, especially the younger generations influenced by strong feminist ideologies, might need to reassess their priorities, balancing personal interests and professions with family considerations. One thing is certain: once they've ascended the corporate job ladder without establishing a family, the cycle will persist, leaving these women feeling alone and struggling to connect with men. Today, there are more leftover women than ever before in the world. It may only cease when young women recognize the falseness of the ideologies they cling to, understanding how these ideologies hinder genuine happiness rooted in honoring their feminine nature and nurturing their families. As I mentioned earlier, women aged 30 and above are grappling with the challenges of a shrinking pool of men interested in them. With each passing year, their chances of finding a man diminish, leading to increased misery and loneliness, approaching the expiration of their prime. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.